Good morning, all. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update, and this particular update is for Wednesday, and we're now at the 24th of May, 2023, time 8:25 a.m. Central Time. Well, we're going to start off with stock indices under pressure. They've bounced off the lows, but not by very much, as you can see. 9 points in the NASDAQ, 2.5 points or 2 points or so in the S&P and the Dow, about 60 points off the low. We saw the gold try to lift itself up, and willing sellers, I was looking at the orders coming in, willing sellers all the way up, driving it back down. The dollar did get up as high as 103.68, and you're getting to that rarefied territory near 104 where the market should start encountering some resistance, so I am not at all surprised by that. In the grain markets today, I've been telling clients to take some money off the table in the soybeans. They've gotten down to an area of interest. I also don't like the fact that when you go to the weekly charts, you're under the Bollinger Band. This is the second week in a row. I want some selling power, if you will, for the first dry spell we hit when the markets get nervous, and that's how weather markets work. And then I'd like to probably sell into that again. Bonds and notes, interesting. All right, the debt talks continue on. Speaker McCarthy spoke to reporters this morning as he said he talked to his negotiators. Of course he's talking to his negotiators. But if you think they're going to do a breakthrough today, the day before Congress is due to leave on Thursday for their holiday, well, I wish you the best. I'm not in that school. What I think has been done is the market doesn't believe Janet Yellen. They've lost faith in her. As I said 6 months ago, she's become politicized. As a Fed chair, I think she was great. But once she became Treasury Secretary, some of the things that came out of her mouth were certainly, to me, very political in the sense that she's just behind the Biden administration and not giving the truth on certain things. That's my own opinion. And I've said that. Well, I'm seeing that in other parts. It's certainly coming through. Traders instead and analysts are hanging their things on what they see from Goldman, JP Morgan, the other banks that know you probably have until between the 8th and the 13th. And even then, you're going to get some big state revenues coming in. So if people get scared and there's nothing there, I know that you don't want to hear it, and I know Speaker McCarthy will say, oh, that's a failure. It doesn't matter. The word extension will come about. You throw $100 billion at the market for a 2-week period to finish things up. You go into the extension period, and that forces things. What do I think? That wouldn't surprise me if that's the whole way it goes. As much as everybody wants to reach a deal, I've got my doubts on it at this point. Too much in the way of politics at stake. We got the MBA mortgage numbers. Every category down. The index itself down 4.6%, the purchase down 4.3%, the refi down. Why? Well, you do know what's going on with interest rates. Every day they're climbing higher. You could go out today and from yesterday's auction, and you were getting about 6.25% if you'd give the government money for a 30-day period. Why are you risking anything there? Okay, I mean, that makes sense. But as that's going up, so are all the other parts. The curve yield goes. So now you've seen the contract rate on a 30-year mortgage up 12 basis points this week to 6.69%. You know, that starts turning people off. Now, do remember, deals are going to happen where refinance, and you buy something, you go to a mortgage, and you go, I'm going to want the ability to refinance within a 2-year period. You want my business, you're not going to charge me any points or blah, blah. You don't think that's going to get done? You're very mistaken. Shop it. I think you'll find deals like that starting to happen. You're going to get the EIA energy stocks. I don't know if you saw the API numbers. They were very bullish. They fell in every category way more than people thought. The Federal Reserve is going to release their minutes today. That'll come out at 1 o'clock. We'll all be poring over that. Then you're going to get Iceland. They raised their interest rate 25 basis points, and then they shocked the market because the bank said, that's it. We're not raising rates anymore at this point. With that, almost a 2% decline happen in their currency, the Kiwi. So you can see they're trying what failed for Australia. They're trying what failed for the Bank of Canada, in my opinion. As you go to the pause, eventually, one of these will work. So far, they haven't. Now, the Bank of England, if you saw their inflation numbers, sticky as can be. Yeah, you look at the headline, 8.7, but when you go into the core inflation, it's not budging, just like ours. I think you're looking now at them going another quarter point. And yesterday's numbers in the U.S., if we talk about what that did, any way you want to argue it, if you put a gun to somebody's head, they got to say they're going to go up a quarter point with those numbers that you're seeing on PMIs coming out. We have more reports. It's the 24th. We're not far away from jobs and other CPI. That'll seal the deal. But I still am at the point where right now I'm in the quarter point hike camp unless, and I've said this repeatedly, we get a good wobble in jobs data. What bothers me is I'm not seeing anything in the service industry weaken. Nothing. You saw that yesterday. And with that, I got to think employment is staying strong because that's where the job growth is. So just giving you my thought there, but it won't surprise me if, in fact, that turns out to be the exact way that this is going to play out. Now, an announcement, a Memorial Day event for you. So let me talk about it. You're going to get an email from me later this morning. And I'm doing a Memorial Day sale on my research. So if you're on my mailing list, look for that. If you're not on the list, do me a favor. You'll see at the end of the day, I will show you the headlines, what it is, how you can get to that. So we're starting a Memorial Day sale. You'll be able to choose from any of my charting courses for free, including the big one, the $500-600 course with a 1-year subscription to my research thrown in. You pick which one, you can even give it as a gift. Look in your mailbox. It'll be out probably before noon Central Time this morning. I'm Ira Epstein. I'll see you this afternoon with all those details and a lot more to talk about, as you can see, as we've just opened in the cash markets and the stocks under pressure here, even driving the gold back down. I'm Ira. You have a good day.